Hello, welcome to a special edition of SCLC TV. I'm your host, Maynard Eaton, and of course, our president, Dr. Charles Steele Jr. Dr. Steele, Atlanta, the home of the civil rights movement. Last night, other nights, the second burning of Atlanta. What's going on?
Well, racism is alive and well, and the devaluation of the Black experience of the African-American life is the truism of what this country is all about, Maynard. And we are here to say that the structure that we have had for many of years, and we've been talking about this, has been eradicated. And many people didn't realize this. But we're that crying wolf out in the wilderness who've been talking about this ever since 2013, when we had the disrespectfulness of the U.S. Supreme Court that removed Section 4 and Section 5 in terms of the protection of the Voter Rights Act.
Rayshard Brooks was killed by police. Another symbol of police brutality, you think? And what is this saying about America?
Well, first of all, it's saying, how can you shoot a man in the back, first of all, with a deadly force, lethal force being your gun, your pistol? My fact, man, that's no different than lynching someone from a tree with a rope. My concern is, why not call an Uber or someone in the family to pick up this man? Why you have to always arrest someone who's not presenting a deadly threat to you or anyone in society? The human aspect of you as a police officer or enforcer of the law should not be the temperament of the KKK. That happens in lynch mobs, and now it's happening in today's society. You need to de-escalate any confrontational type of being when you're dealing with human life. And we're saying those police officers were wrong. I commend the city. I also commend the mayor. Mayor Keisha Lance Bottom should be commended because it was not right to use deadly force, a lethal type of force that ultimately destroyed and took a life that was unnecessarily done. And that further demonstrate that the police officer or law enforcement itself should go back to ground zero and restructure all that has been forgiven in terms of all of the lives that we have lost, and police officers have walked away being exonerated and being set free.
Finally, what does this say about Atlanta, the so-called black city of shining light for Black folks in America? Is happening here too.
Well, what it says is that you can't separate Atlanta from the United States of America. You know, we can have a perception, but we're talking about a reality. The perception is something that you have in your mind, and you can't just sit here royally thinking that we have arrived here in the city of Atlanta and not be inclusive and concerned about the rest of the country. That's a big problem. So if we understand that if you're so great in any given city, it's not just Atlanta, New York, LA, Chicago, any other city. Detroit was the mecca of Black America for many of years. And you saw what happened in Detroit, because in the reality of what we were doing, we limited in terms of boundaries, up north, down south. Those days are over. We have to be inclusive of the whole America, inclusive of the globalization of the world, because the world is being affected in terms of what we do throughout America. They are looking for us to be the engine of freedom and justice and equality. As African Americans of descent of slavery, we have proven that we can withstand the racist mentality and the deadly force that's been used with us in the modern day lynching, as well as over 401 years. We are the answer, but we are not collaborating. The collaboration must be done at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to the SCLC President, Dr. Charles Steele Jr., a special announcement. See you next week.